Welcome to Confessions of a PT. I'm James McCallion from James McCallion Transformations.
And I'm Matt Cowell from Mind and Movement Mentoring. And between us, we've got over 25 years of coaching and personal training experience.
And every single week, we're going to provide you with all our best tips and laughs along the way.
So episode 2, we've decided to call Will Coaches / Trainers Be Needed in the inevitable artificial intelligent world that we are rapidly moving into?
Yeah, I'm just going to throw it out there. There's only one James McCallion, and he's going to be around a long time, no matter what about AI.
Can't replicate that laugh. I don't think that.
But yeah, very alarming. I think Apple are bringing out like a super intelligent. So I watched a podcast from my Movember event last week about a guy called Brian Johnson, and he was saying the alarming rate of the human race being destructive as we are with like the mindset and habits and stuff.
Oh, he's the longevity guy.
Longevity guy, yeah, 111 pills a day at the boys. But yeah, so you've got artificial intelligence and then super intelligent. But I think Apple have literally designed a virtual PT that will actually learn your habits, how you speak, to get on like triggers and mindset. It's the way the world's going at the moment. Very, very scary.
I wandered off there, my brain just suddenly thought, the amount of Holland and Barrett reward points he must have on 111 pills
Mate, it's
a
his
day.
hairline. It's his hairline that's incredible.
Wow.
Red light therapy, baby.
I mean, talk about VIP. Yeah, I mean, I think there's two ways we can look at it. We could look at it from oh my God, will people need us? Are our jobs threatened? Or how we will kind of work with AI to deliver a different service. I think people are always going to want that in-person human contact without a second thought. And the trend shows that the more we have technological devices, step counters, watches, heart rate monitors, MyFitnessPal, we're still getting fatter.
Yeah, very true. That's a very
So we're not winning the game of technology beating body composition.
Yeah, I think if anything, it's probably the reason why, isn't it? The rate at which it's progressed compared to overall human beings and stuff. But I think working with it, definitely, I think recently with like the technology and the apps that are going, definitely from a partnership point of view, I think at this moment in time, obviously empathies, can AI manage that in the future? Not saying it might not now, but I think
you'll know
it just
it'll be
obviously
fake though, isn't it? If your robot's like kind of, you know that it's not that true.
Yeah. Like you said, humour and stuff like that. But like I said, if it can learn you, but I think at this moment in time, we as coaches and human beings just need to level up our game and go that extra above and beyond. I think we're, in an industry now where I'd probably say over 50% of actual quote unquote coaches aren't regulated. Like it's all social media bound with just because you've got a six pack doesn't make you an amazing coach. And I think so many trainers get into the industry because they like training themselves, but they can't relate or train other people. Like not everyone wants to do German volume on Monday.
Different skill set.
So yeah, I think at this moment in time, whether or not it happens is worrying. I don't know if you see the new, it's like Siri on your chest. It will scan food and actually does all your blood work for you. Like that's scary. Like it literally hold it like the Jetsons or something. It comes out and it will tell you exactly. Like that's mad. Like absolutely mad.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, what keeps me awake at night, I think, is the fact that I could almost see there being no incentive to be in good shape anymore. Because if you're not in good shape, you can filter your pictures. You can change your presence online. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like doing the hard work. We're getting so much into the comfort trap that I wouldn't say being in good shape will never be a status symbol, but it feels like it's almost kind of tilting the other way a little bit, where it's almost more of this all bought and paid for kind of thing. And why would you bother?
Yeah.
And I think the easier life gets, the more scarce being in good shape comes.
Yeah.
Which I think in America now, the stat is there's more people with quote unquote six packs than there are millionaires. So, wow, first of all, but it is a real kind of things that are scarce, inherently sought after. So there is a real status symbol to that. But at the same time, if you never go out because you just watch Netflix with your robot in your Amazon fridge that stocks itself up, and you just
Yeah.
binge watch
Hoover
things,
cleans
and your
for you now, yeah.
persona is in the metaverse, then why do you want to look good? If people,
Yeah,
do you know what
and
I
I
mean?
think that's the alarming rate of like young kids with technology. They just don't have any social skills. They can't speak to people. Like people are failing interviews left, right, and centre because they don't have that. I mean, when we were kids, we was out playing like football, knocking for each other. I think the world of technology as it is just ruining that human contact. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah.
think social media can be a very incredible place, but at the flip side, a very scary one. And again, that's that. I think it was. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. That thing on Netflix about how weird a product. Like I think we live in a world with addiction is everywhere, and everyone wants to buy our product, whether it's alcohol, like you said, we touched on it before, like Robinson's juice. Everyone wants our attention, and it's going deeper into kids, and then that's why I think we're in a massive mess with obesity and stuff like that, which is from technology. So obviously there's an irony in it with them trying to get virtual trainers, but everyone wants it because it's easy, whereas me and you both know.
But there's a self-esteem to getting yourself in shape, and there's a core confidence that is just invaluable because you can't borrow it from anyone. You can't
shows
buy
discipline,
it. Yeah,
doesn't
you
it?
can't. No one can take it away from you. And I do think that we've been lied to. Like I heard the statement the other day, like happiness is an inside job. You can't buy things that make you happy. You can't metaverse your way to be happy. You
What
can't
about breakfast making you happy? Come on, the IF.
breaking a fast after 20 hours, that will make you happy. No, but do you know what I mean though? There's a magic to look at me getting stronger, getting fitter, getting leaner, whatever it is that I'm kind of doing, and that journey that I'm on that no Louis Vuitton handbag can buy. No, and I think that AI is pushing our button, no pun intended, on the fact that we are just consumers, and it's just like just buy that and be quiet. Just buy that and be quiet. Do your job and buy that and be happy.
But it plays into like the whole bloody algorithm on social media. We'll just put like, I've got a question for you. Do you think a six-pack is a figure of health? Would you say that's the epitome? I don't know if I said that. Epitomise of fitness?
No.
'Cause I see you shared that, the geezer that said you needed to have a six-pack to work at that place.
Yeah, I mean, I love that because I think what he was getting at was that it's a high pressure sales environment, and if you can't do certain things that manifest on your body when you've got one body, how on earth are you going to stay late to make calls, do what I want you to do? So it was a clickbaity way of him getting attention, but I kind of agree somewhat with that ethos. But I don't think that you need a six-pack, and I definitely don't think it is. I think you could starve. You've got the genetic layout. You could starve yourself down there and not be strong at all, not be functionally sound, not be flexible, not be mentally well. So definitely not.
Yeah. It's two sides to it again, isn't it? I think definitely.
Yeah, but I think at the same time, the obesity stats are chronic, and it's very difficult to argue that if you're 35-40% body fat, you shouldn't be actively trying to do something around that to move every single health marker, disease marker that exists that would make those that make you lower risk of those.
So would you say, it's quite an ironic question, would you be for AI if it helped the whole of the world, even though it damages your business?
Or got the whole of the world shredded?
From a tough question.
Yeah, I think so. I think, I think I'm definitely pro anything that would work best for humanity.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of crazy that there could be a hologram of us with everything that we do, servicing people. And is it iRobot with Will Smith, where the kind of the robots and the humans live, but they kind of have respect for the robots and they have respect for the humans. So I think even if the world does become 30% robots, you're still going to like your mate as your mate, even though it's a robot that does your hoovering, But
it's the instant and how it learns you as you go, I think is the alarming thing. And I think, like you said, I don't even know how many years old that iRobot film was.
I think, right, so it's over 20 years
but
old now. But
obviously then in the introduction of ChatGPT, it's just, I think the thing when people invest into a coach, whether it's perception versus value in regards to money, like if people are just constantly paying for cheap shits, it's just, you don't have that sense of, what's the word I'm looking for? If it's not expensive, you're like, oh,
need
it's
skin
a
in the
tenner.
game.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? If you're invested something like, I'm all in, do you know what I mean? I'm invested in you, I want to be better. Whereas if you're just like, oh, it's a tenner here, tenner there, it's just in that sort of mindset again. It's like not working for it.
Like you said, there's such a power in investment. There's all of the best fitness information is probably largely online for free these days. So in the information age that we live in, why are all the obesity numbers going backwards? It's because it's not valued. If you want to get in shape, you need to make it emotionally relevant for yourself, build leverage on yourself. Money's a great way to do that. You almost want to pay your trainer 3 times what they want, because then you're more likely to be compliant, really. In aren't they?
But it's the thing, everyone knows what to do, but we're so far from it. And again, bring it back to what we said at the start with that Brian Johnson. He said, like, we're our own worst enemy of our mind, because we know we're eating processed foods, we know we're drinking all the time, but we can't stop it because we're in a world where just everywhere we look is on addiction, and AI is part of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, people's screen time is ridiculous. Like, people have got all of the excuses in the world with, I've got no time, or like, people know.
And we're so hooked on the cheap dopamine. It's like Netflix series. If they make you wait a week now, it's like an ironic joke. It's like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I'll watch something else. I'll watch something else that I can just churn out. Like, years ago, you'd have to wait from Friday to Friday to see what was happening. It's all just like so instant. Yeah. And like, you get dopamine from putting a picture up that's filtered to buggery that people like. And this is what the worst thing for me is, when people do Facebook statuses of, I'm going to get myself in shape, and then they get all the love as if they have actually got themselves in shape. It's like, they get all the validation, all the nice feeling, all the dopamine, all the chemicals, without even putting their shoelaces up, doing their shoelaces up.
No intention to do it as well.
Yeah, and it's just and that's wrong though, that your brain can still almost forget running. Like, they've just done it, haven't I? Like, it's just, the brain thinks I've done it.
I used to have a client like that. He would do a countdown to his transformation, but it'd be every single month, because he'd go out on like benders and stuff like that. Be like, right, 28 days. And I'm like, you're kidding yourself.
There's nothing wrong with someone trying to build leverage on themselves by making a public declaration, but you see people that kind of be like, this is going to be my year, and list the reasons why, and it's 106 likes and 52 comments and that kind of thing, and it's like, why would you bother? Because your brain's actually, you've got to make it like emotionally relevant, and like, it's between you and you to do, because you'll feel better if you do, with your own core confidence, but not just for other people's benefit, or just to that's a challenge.
But I think, like you said, the stats at the moment are alarming with like people's social skills, how fast it's progressed in 2023, in 20 years. In another 20 years, it's going to be insane. So yeah, it'd be really interesting.
Human connection this will be a thing of the past.
Yeah.
We'll be in different.
We're never going to die. JMT and Team Cal, don't you worry about that.
Die,
up the boys.
So my confession today is, it's not really funny, it's more disappointing. So I remember I had a client going for a PB deadlift once, and I loaded the bar wrong with the wrong weight, and we were going for 120. I think there was 110 on the bar,
devastated,
which they'd done before, and
still celebrated it. Of course you did. Yes.
I had like this moment where it was like, you either say it now or you never say it, and it was like, the moment went so fast, I was like, no, I bottled it. So I'm on board with the celebrations. Just, oh my God, that moves so fast, and that kind of thing. I was thinking,
all your clients checking their PB deadlift now.
And I was just kind of like, wow, well, there's more in the tank then anyway. Like, really, and my celebration was like almost muted, because I felt...
Yeah. Did you go heavier after?
No, I couldn't get the bar stripped down quick enough to destroy the evidence.
Not guilty all the way.
Yeah, so I think... I'm sure that they have gone on to do that weight and then some, but it was, not a particularly good day for professionalism.
Thank you so much for listening, and don't forget to tune in next week. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more value.